If I absolutely had to, I can fix that. Alright, so what else we need to do around his collar? I still need to figure out, I think I'm just going to do a leather collar piece. But I guess I could just leave it blue and make sure I cover it up, get it nice and neat once all is said and done. Try and sneak that in there. Got a little bit of a bubble there. Looks like a bubble in the resin casting. See if we can clean up the edges here a bit. Alright, so that's yellow done there. Oh, stop streaming for a week. Yeah, I had family in town, so I was out of town since like last Thursday. Plus my streaming schedule is very sporadic to begin with. Just kind of depends, like when I feel like painting and if I think stuff that I'm actually painting is worth streaming. Because I was basically prepping these guys for a long time. And then I was just doing some terrain, which, yeah, it's cool to show that stuff on stream, but for the most part, it's just literally watching glue dry and making sure, you know, flock and all that stuff is where it's supposed to be. Actually, I think I did a little bit of basing sometime. Basing is fun. I like doing bases. Bases are probably like the most fun I have with models. Being able to tell like a little story with the static grass or like little bits of rock, or you throw some bricks or something on there. And what I really need to do is print out some miniature newspapers, and I need to find some soda cans, or like a simple way of doing soda cans. I know I've seen a guy do a tutorial on them before, but he's basically like folding tin foil and crimping it and doing all this stuff, and it's like, for 35th scale modeling, that works, but good god, man, doing that in 28 mil or something even smaller, like 15s or 20s or something like that. I think I'd just be better off getting like some plastic tubing and cutting it and painting it to look like it's a can. But yeah, I need to do a bunch of debris and just stuff that you would find laying out on the road. Because one of the nice things about sitting in traffic in Denver is you can actually look out the side of your window and see all the crap that's out on the side of the highway, and just all the junk that you don't even notice when you're driving by at 70 miles an hour. And it's like, oh, there's like a newspaper, there's someone's sock, there's a hat. You know, there's bits and pieces of people's cars that have been left there. You know, anything that's fallen off of moving trucks, stuff like that. What happened there? It's like her belt did a little jog here or something. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. It looked like her belt kind of jumped down. It's just like there's part. Oh no, that's part of the it's part of the belt buckle on the back, the little Vault-Tec logo on her back. That's what was throwing me off. It's just like, man, I was just painting this belt all the way around, and then all of a sudden it's down below everything. I guess now it's good. It is like midnight. I'll probably go for another hour or so. See how far we can get on these guys. I mean, I could probably get all these guys finished tonight if I actually kind of sped things up a bit, but one, speeding things up on stream doesn't always tend to work, because if I wanted to do it quickly, I'd not stream. But there's no fun in that, because then you can't share in the process. But for the details and doing like eye work and stuff like that, any sort of freehands or anything like that, I typically tend to leave off camera, just because it's such detailed work that if you screw it up, there's a level of comfort that comes from painting you know, a certain way, and this is just ever so slightly out of my comfort zone for, you know, like where the miniature is and all that kind of stuff. So doing like eyes and small details and stuff like that is stuff I'd leave for off camera. Now that being said, I could also find a better camera setup that would allow me to paint how I typically paint, but I don't know if I'd be able to get all the detail that I can get, kind of, because you can basically see what I'm seeing from here. You know, barring the lighting situation, which this webcam sucks because, well, it doesn't suck, it's a nice webcam, but I think the lights in here are causing the webcam to go haywire. It's basically creating all these little lines and shadows. I think it's because the lights that I'm using they're LEDs, but I think it might be the main lamp in my room is a fluorescent, compact fluorescent, and I think that is like a 60 Hz frequency, which is the same frames per second, you know, factor of frames per second that the webcam broadcasts off of. I don't know, I might just be making stuff up, but it definitely has like a kind of like a vertical, like almost like you're looking through like a pair of blinds or something like that, you know, like window blinds. Like only some of the light is coming through, and it's like, oh, why is half of my screen dark and why is the other half not? See, like right there, I just did a dot. Just touch that up a bit. Over here, there are gangs that leave baby carriers in the middle of the road and kidnap or mug or rape, depending on what gender you are. Shit, man, I'm sorry. That sucks. Don't go out at night, then. Or if you do, carry a big stick and know how to defend yourself. Can I get the edge without screwing this up? Yes, ever so slightly. Just trying to keep my paint thin here. Alright, that's good. Alright, we need to do... I think last time I did this, he didn't have his collar sculpted all the way around, so I think I had to, like, freehand some of this around his neck. I think we might have to play around with our dark blue again to get some contrast here. Because, yeah, it definitely looks like the sculpt only covers the front half of his little yellow collar that goes around his neck. It's not sculpted, so I think I'm just gonna have to kind of ever so slightly freehand it. And we can do some false perspective with a dark, kind of like black wash, or get like a dark blue and run it in between the yellow. Actually, you know what? It already almost has that, because I didn't highlight this up all the way. So I'm going to take a little bit of that ultramarine blue again. Just run it. Just kind of around like that. And then too, I think I'm also just going to kind of drag it down a bit, because I don't think I like the way that... I think I tried to do some wet blending on the highlight there and it just completely didn't work at all. Fix that problem. More likely to go to jail if it was defend yourself. Yeah, that's a bummer, man. Alright, so, Yellow Snow from Secret Weapon Miniatures is the next thing we're doing here. This will kind of give it like an orangey tinge. We're gonna use this kind of as a glaze. So not loading the brush up, but just enough to kind of drop drop that wash on here, and this already is giving it like a very vibrant yellow look, as well as giving it a little bit of shade. And kind of immediately already see if I get my light back here. This is turning yellow. So I think we'll do the yellow snow, and then we'll do just straight, I think, sunrise on top of it. That should give it a good tint. Then what I can do is come in. I think I've got some like a sepia wash that I can throw down. That'll help. And I wish Martin O'Donnell and crew were still doing all the Halo soundtracks. 4 and 5 were just kind of meh in terms of sound design, you know, composure. Like the original Halo trilogy, ODST and Reach just had like some of the best, just kind of like ambiance game soundtracks. It was just like, you just kind of throw it on, and it's like great music. It's had a little bit of spillage there. I'm just cleaning that up so we don't end up with like a green jumpsuit. Secret Weapon miniature paints. I don't know if they make paints, but they do washes. And I really have been starting to use the washes more often, especially like on some of the brighter miniatures that I've done here for my post-apoc stuff. Sorry. Let's see if I can move this closer like that. Hopefully that's better. The other option is I can adjust my webcam a bit. Their washes are great. They've got very, very high color. I've used them for painting terrain, for stonework. They've got like 25 different colors. Give me a second here, I'll grab some of the ghouls that I painted. That I basically just did a base coat and then did a wash, and then just did like a single highlight on. And the colors they pop. Let's see here. So these were all painted first and then shaded with Secret Weapon washes. So like this was like a green kind of jade color, and then the pants were like a flesh wash, and this was like a parchment, and then like a blue-black, I think, for the jeans. And then I think this was like their red wash mixed with a little bit of their parchment. And then this is the same for the yellow, the same way I'm doing my yellow right now, is the sunrise and or sunshine and yellow snow. So they've got a whole series of washes that are great. So if you're doing bright miniatures, definitely take a look at them. I think they do like a Black Friday bundle sale come November. I think they got them like half off and free shipping. This is a pretty good deal, all said and done. So I'm just using the sunshine now. Just kind of laying it on to help kind of tint that buff color. Oh, I might be able to do this. Same process. I'm gonna try that. I need to see if I have enough decals to do the vault number that I want to do. But I think what I can do is I can put my white decals on, because I've got a bunch of white tank decals for when I do my Germans from World War II. And I think what I can do is I can basically put the white on and then tint it with these, and that'll give me that yellow, the yellow vault number. I think I'm going to try that. I'll probably do it on